What's up, Heat fans? Ernest here, back with a Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are enjoying your Wednesday so far. Off we rolling with another Miami Heat Talk adventure, so sit back, relax. Your boy Ernest has got you. Before we get there, you guys, though, take a moment. You know the drill. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're not already. We're getting close to that 2K sub list. I got a surprise for y'all when I hit 2K. Now, a few things I want to talk about today in today's video, you guys. I want to talk a little bit about this Miami Heat Portland Trail Blazers trade. There was a recent rumor that came out with Caleb Martin's name. Want to discuss a little bit about the Damian Lillard news as well, with what Shams talked about a couple days ago. And I want to talk a little bit about Jaquez. So let's start with the video that I posted 2 days ago. As you guys saw, Shams Charania did recently report that Damian Lillard only has interest in reporting to camp for the Miami Heat or Portland Trail Blazers. If he is traded to another team, it's possible that he will not report to training camp and the trade request will still be valid, which means he would want to get traded to another team. So for all the other 28 teams, the risk of trading for a guy who's 33 years old, who's going to be making $60 million when he's 35, 36, and the fact that he does not want to play for that team, it's going to be difficult for another suitor to come to make an offer for Damian Lillard. As we've seen, you guys, the NBA, the Portland Trail Blazers, Woj, they've done everything they can to bring another suitor for Damian Lillard. They've threatened to fine Damian Lillard and his camp if they've spoken. Joe Cronin has come out and said basically that this process will take months if it has to. They have done, in my opinion, all that they can to try to drive other teams to make an offer. No one has. There's only one team that's made an offer for Damian Lillard, the Miami Heat. And back in July and August, there was no pressure for Portland to make this trade. The pressure's on now because we're 2.5 weeks from training camp. So Portland needs to make a decision. Are they going to trade Damian Lillard and get away from all this drama? Or are they going to ride this out, bring Damian Lillard into training camp with this current team, and have media day and their entire build-up to the season be a complete shit show, like I mentioned yesterday? You don't want guys like Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant to see how you treat franchise players. Give the man his wish, get this trade done already. And it looks like the trade may be happening sooner rather than later, because you got all these reports coming out from Shams. You got other reporters coming out talking about things. Now, to piggyback with what Shams said, a reporter from Portland side, the Oregonian, I believe it's pronounced. I never get this right, Blazers fans, my apologies. But his name is Aaron Fentress. I've talked about him several times on this channel. Aaron Fentress reposted Shams' report and basically said everything that Shams is saying was correct, except the fact that Damian Lillard will not show up to training camp for another team. Aaron Fentress reported that Damian Lillard will report to camp for another team. Now, in my opinion, you guys, I'm going to go with more with what Shams is saying, because Shams does have direct link to the players. It's like I've said before. If a report comes out by Shams or Chris Haynes about Damian Lillard, those are the guys I'm going to believe. But if it comes from Woj, in my opinion, it's coming from the Blazers, not from the players' camp. We don't know what side Aaron Fentress looks at. I mean, I've seen him get backlash because he supports the Damian Lillard trade, but you don't know where he's getting his sources. I'm going to rely more on Shams, but Aaron Fentress has had a lot of correct reports with this process. So I really wouldn't take what he says with a grain of salt. It does catch my attention, so that's why I'm talking about it here. But with these reports, you guys, something came out yesterday that kind of intrigued me about this process. NBA Central on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, they're very credible. You know, a lot of people, they post out very credible reports. It's not scam or anything. They did report recently that the Miami Heat are hesitant in including Caleb Martin in a trade package deal. Now, this is something that I think that does have value because now, like, you're starting to hear these little things. There were no noise. Now we got 2.5 weeks left for training camp. So now all these little rumors are floating up. You don't know what's real, you don't know what's not, but you're going to take who reports it and you're going to see, does it have value? And to me, this NBA Central Reports does have value because I've seen it confirmed with other posts as well. Miami Heat are hesitant in including Caleb Martin in the package deal. So what is that telling me? That's basically telling me that maybe Portland and Miami have already probably started talking about this process. We don't know. Conversation probably has already happened yet. We don't know. But it looks like that Miami and Portland may want to do this trade straight up. So now Portland's going to try to get everything they can. It's Hail Mary time. So I'm sure Portland's like, yo, we'll take Jaquez, we'll take Jovic, throw in Martin, we'll take Lowry's expiring contract, give us all the first-round draft picks and pick swaps that you possibly can. That's the best-case scenario for Portland if Miami does something like that. Now, I will say this. I don't think it's beneficial for Portland to trade for Caleb Martin simply because he's on the second year of a 3-year contract. The third year is a player option. We all know Caleb Martin's opting out. We all know that he's going to go for the big money. Give me 1 second, guys. My apologies, guys. Anyways, like I was saying, we all know that Caleb Martin is going for the bag this offseason. Miami owns his bird rights, so they can go over the salary cap to re-sign Caleb Martin. That's why I feel like the Miami Heat, they're trying to make this trade, but they're also trying to do it so they can not hit the second apron. When they give Caleb Martin his contract next season, Miami will be a second apron team. So you don't want to have a repeater's offense in the taxes because it hampers you more. So Miami's trying to do everything they can to stay under that second apron line. They're currently $6 million under the second apron. So they're still flirting around with that. So that's why this Damian Lillard trade, for another reason, is taking its process. Not only because, they haven't really talked about it, but also because you want to make the numbers work. You don't want to go over that second apron. So, do I believe that the Miami Heat will have to include Caleb Martin in this deal? Absolutely not. It's even been reported in the past that Damian Lillard specifically wants to play with guys like Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Caleb Martin. Caleb Martin broke out in the playoffs last season. Caleb Martin is a guy that I look at that can really help the Miami Heat during the season. Come January, December, times like that. We know Jimmy Butler's not going to play a full 82-game season. If we trade for Damian Lillard, we know he's not going to play a full 82-game season. These guys will hover anywhere from 60 to 70 games. Caleb Martin, Bam Adebayo are two guys that I look at and think, these are 82-game guys. Caleb Martin's playing for the bag. So I believe Caleb Martin, barring injury, will have a full productive season, and there's going to be games where Caleb Martin is the reason why Miami's winning games. I am fully confident, and I fully believe in Caleb Martin and Bam Adebayo next season. So I don't think Caleb Martin's going to be included in this package. I've said it before, you guys, and I'll say it again. I think what the Miami Heat is trying to do, they're trying to come up with a package where Tyler Hero is moved to a third team because Tyler Hero has value. We have heard specifically in the past what Portland has wanted in this trade. They want first-round draft picks, expiring contracts, and young assets. That was reported by Woj over a month ago. So we know what Portland wants. I heard it was 4 first-round draft picks that they're looking for, young assets, and expiring contracts. Miami has all that. So for people saying that Miami doesn't have an offer good enough, that's just not true. It's just because the fact that Damian Lillard made this trade request July 1st, and there was 3 months left for training camp. I applaud Joe Cronin for not pulling the trigger really quick. He knew that he had time for this process. Even Damian Lillard said that he's not rushing them to make this trade. So when Joe Cronin said, if it takes months, it takes months, it had merit. But here we are. 2.5 weeks left for training camp. This deal, you guys, is fully on Portland. The pressure's on Portland. This isn't August. This isn't July. We're getting close. You need to make a decision. So it's like I've said, the package that I think is going to happen. Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez, or Nikola Jovic, not both. If future first-round draft picks and first-round pick swaps. You can take Tyler Hero, send him to a third team, and get more draft picks. So Portland can get anywhere from 4 to 5 first-round draft picks for this trade, which is what they want. You got a young asset, Jaime Jaquez or Nikola Jovic. And then you got Kyle Lowry's sweet-ass $30 million expiring contract. It works. It works for the Heat because making this trade leaves us under the second apron line. It works for Portland because they're getting everything they want, everything they've reported they want. Now, Portland wants the home run. I'm sure Portland wants Tyler Hero to a third team, Caleb Martin, Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, throw in Kyle Lowry as a fill. No, the Heat are not going to do that because there's nobody else with another offer. If there was other teams that were making an offer to Portland, Miami may have to do something like that. But the fact is, you guys, we don't. Now, why? Because it's like I said, nobody's betting against us, and the Heat are not going to bet against themselves. I said this back in July. Miami's in the driver's seat. All they have to do is wait out Portland. And as long as Damian Lillard never took back his trade request, we would be in the driver's seat. Here we are, you guys. We're getting to the middle of September. Damian Lillard has not pulled back his trade request. No other teams have come up making a trade offer. Miami doesn't have to throw in all their chips. They just don't have to. So if you want me to be honest, Miami may be trying to go with their original package. Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, draft picks, maybe a young asset. Now getting to the young asset. I posted videos before, you guys, asking who do you think would be moved? Jaime Jaquez or Nikola Jovic? It looks like it's going to be Nikola Jovic for a few reasons. Nikola Jovic is balling out in the FIBA championship. He just made the FIBA championships. You know what I mean? Like, he's there. He's balled in this process. In the FIBA championships, I mean, I've said it in the past, I don't really watch it that much, but for NBA players, NBA teams, they really pay attention to that. Nikola Jovic has really increased his value this offseason. But another reason, I'm sure you guys saw it over the weekend. Jimmy Butler and Jaime Jaquez have done a commercial together, where Jimmy Butler has posted on Instagram showing the young Rook the ropes. That right there, you guys, tells me that Jaime Jaquez is not going to be included in this deal. I've said it before, you guys, Miami's in win-now mode. Jaime Jaquez is an older, more experienced player. Nikola Jovic provides value for the future, which is what Portland needs. So Nikola Jovic and the Portland Trail Blazers look to be a match made in heaven. He's really increased his value, so he's going to be the centerpiece of the package. You got Kyle Lowry, who you can move to a third team, or you can keep on your team, which I think is the smart thing for Portland to do. You keep a guy like Kyle Lowry to mentor and mold Scoot Henderson. It's going to be his first year in the NBA. He can really use a guy like Kyle Lowry. It just makes sense. You take Tyler Hero to a third team, get Portland some more draft picks. I know Portland fans. The draft picks you're going to get from the Miami Heat are not going to be great ones. You're going to get the bottom tier of the first round picks. But remember, Miami's also going to throw in that 2028 draft pick. We don't know where the Miami Heat's going to be in the next 4 years. For all you know, Portland, that 2028 draft pick is going to have huge value. Just saying. Keep that in mind. The Miami Heat are building for a championship run for the next 2, possibly 3 years. Damian Lillard and Jimmy Butler are only getting older. It's a limited time window. Heat fans, we understand that. We want another championship. That's the goal. That's the point. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. What do you think about this NBA Central rumor about the Heat hesitant about trading Caleb Martin? Would you be open to including Caleb Martin in the package, or are you like me? Hell no. What do you guys think about this whole Aaron Fentress report about Damian Lillard reporting to another team? Do you think it has any merit at all, or do you think it's just hearsay? And let me know what you guys think about the whole Jaime Jaquez thing I talked about. Do you think the fact that he did a commercial with Jimmy Butler means that he won't be traded, or do you think that doesn't mean anything at all? I want to hear from Blazers fans. Let me know what you guys think about this process. It's 2.5 weeks left of training camp. Do you prefer keeping Damian Lillard into training camp to have all this drama, or do you just want to let him go? Get the best package available. You guys know, nobody else has made offers besides Miami. The NBA and the Blazers have done everything they can to create value. It's not been done. It's time to trade. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but please take a moment, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. When we get the 2K subscribers, I got something special for y'all. And please, y'all, hit the notification bell. It would really help me a lot so you can get all my updates. Thank you guys for the love and support. Until next time, your boy Ernest out. That's enough said. Let's go, Heat.